Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Fabrizio Romano has a fresh transfer update for Arsenal fans. Fabrizio Romano has provided an update on the transfer discussions regarding Arsenal winger Nicolas Pepe. The 27-year-old is surplus to Mikel Arteta's requirements and could be next to leave the Emirates Stadium. Pepe hasn't played a single minute of Premier League action this term and wasn't even in the squad at Bournemouth. Arsenal have reportedly been in talks with Nice over the Ivory Coast international in recent days. Romano, taking to Twitter, has now shared a development in the state of play. The transfer insider claims negotiations over a potential loan switch are ongoing, but a buy option is currently not included. Romano suggests the Pepe deal could just be a simple loan, but all parties in talks, it's still open. In addition, the Italian claims discussions over the player's salary are taking place, and there is optimism on the side of the clubs. Despite being praised by Arteta and lauded as a phenomenal player, it's a fair assessment to say Pepe hasn't hit the heights expected since arriving at Arsenal. He remains the Gunners' record signing. However, Arsenal appear to have come to terms with the fact they won't be seeing a significant return on their investment. Now, it's a case of seeing whether they can sort out a loan move. This would put him in the shop window and potentially get his value back up. Arsenal ace expected to leave. Premier League trio and two European clubs interested in a transfer. Arsenal are reportedly looking set to offload Ainsley Maitland-Niles before the end of the summer transfer window. The 24-year-old hasn't played regularly for Mikel Arteta's side, and it surely makes sense for him to move on in order to further his career. Despite an underwhelming loan spell at Roma last season, it seems Maitland-Niles is not short of suitors, with the Daily Express claiming he has interest from West Ham, Bournemouth and Fulham, while two European clubs are also eyeing him up. It remains to be seen where Maitland-Niles will end up, but he could surely do a job for a number of clubs at the mid to lower end of the Premier League. Even though the England international hasn't managed to keep his place at the Emirates Stadium, he initially looked a very promising young player and performed well in some big games under Arteta. His versatility should mean he can flourish in a number of roles, and that should make him tempting for teams like West Ham, Bournemouth and Fulham as they look like facing difficult season. Alan Shearer lauds superb William Saliba after Arsenal's latest win. Alan Shearer has told the Premier League website that William Saliba was superb in Arsenal's win against Bournemouth at the weekend, while he claimed that his goal was magnificent. Saliba is proving to be every bit as good as Gunners supporters hoped he would be so far this season. It's almost remarkable now to think that he only made his debut for Mikel Arteta's side on the opening day of this campaign. He did score an own goal against Leicester, but he has been colossal in the opening three games, and he had his moment to really shine in their latest encounter. Saliba found the top corner with a delicious effort in the 3-0 win against Bournemouth. It was clear to everyone just how much that goal meant, with the fans surrounding the centre-back for much of the game on the south coast, and his overall display prompted Shearer to include him in the team of the week. Superb yet again, and what a magnificent first goal for Arsenal, he told the Premier League website. What has been so impressive about Saliba is the way he has dealt with expectations. As a neutral, you could not avoid learning how he fared for Marseille when you went on social media at the end of a weekend. Such was the interest from supporters. The fans were crying out for Saliba to get his chance. Mikel Arteta took a lot of criticism for the way he held fire on giving the youngster his opportunity, so it would have been easy for Saliba to feel the pressure when the time finally came, and yet he looks like he has always been playing alongside Gabriel Jesus at the heart of the Arsenal defense. Obviously, there are going to be some trickier spells ahead, but the early signs are so positive. Sky Sports pundit shares what he's heard about Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal struck gold this summer when they brought Gabriel Jesus to the Emirates Stadium. The Gunners snapped up the Brazil international from Manchester City for a reported £45 million. Jesus had the ground running at Arsenal, scoring 7 goals in pre-season. He has taken that form into the Premier League season too, with 2 goals and 3 assists from 3 games. Arsenal have won all three of their Premier League matches so far, going top of the fledgling table. Jesus played a part in the build-up to both of Martin Odegaard's goal against Bournemouth on Saturday. He also found the back of the net as he chipped Mark Tavares from close range, only for the goal to be disallowed for offside after a VAR consolation. And after the match, Sky Sport pundit Alan Smith shared what he had heard from Arsenal coaches on Jesus. The Highbury legend said on Sky Sports Premier League, "The coaches have said previously he has transformed the side. He has made such a difference with the options that he gives to his teammates with his clever plays." Report claims Arsenal has finally ended their interest in Serie A midfielder. Arsenal first became interested in a move for Arthur Melo in the January transfer window. Mikel Arteta wanted depth in that position on his team at the time, and he targeted the Juventus man. Both clubs reportedly held talks over adding him to the Gunners squad, and the midfielder seemed interested as well, but the talks yielded no results, and he remained in Turin for the rest of the season. Juve still wants to offload him this summer, and multiple reports linked Arsenal with a move for him again. However, the midfielder has still not moved to the Emirates or any other suitor. In the final week of the transfer window, Juve will intensify efforts to sell him, but a report on Tutto Mercato Web claims Arsenal is no longer interested. "We have made some good signings over the last two transfer windows, especially in midfield. Arthur has quality, but his injury-prone nature means he has not played enough matches for Juve. The Brazilian will be an experienced head to add to our group, but we don't need to sign a player that will hardly be fit to play. We have found success in buying younger players, and we should continue on that path." Wolves manager Bruno Lage responds to Pedro Neto to Arsenal transfer links. Wolverhampton Wanderers manager Bruno Lage was asked about rumours linking Pedro Neto with a move to Arsenal in the final week of the transfer window. The Gunners are trying to offload Nicolas Pepe this summer, and Nice are reportedly in talks to sign him on loan. If the Ivorian departs, Arsenal will need to bring in a replacement, and Neto could well be the one. Reports revealed this week that the Portuguese winger is Mikel Arteta's top target this summer. Wolves are adamant that he's not for sale, but Fabrizio Romano revealed yesterday that Neto is really tempted following Arsenal's reported interest. The 22-year-old still has 5 years left on his contract, and Wolves are said to be looking for a fee in excess of £50 million to sell him. Following Wolves' 2-1 win over Preston in the EFL Cup last night, Lage was quizzed about rumours linking Neto with a move to the Emirates. The Wolves manager said, as quoted by Express and Star, "I don't know. I heard about that, but nothing has come to us. It's normal, especially with the good players we have, that the good teams are looking for players in the same way that we are looking for players like Guedes, Matthews and Collins. The other teams are looking for players like we have, but no one told me nothing about any proposal, so I cannot confirm nothing." Arsenal have had a really good transfer window so far. The Gunners have brought in Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko from Manchester City, along with Marquinhos, Matt Turner and Fabio Vieira. Arteta is still keen to bring in at least one new player, and Neto, back to become a real superstar by Jamie Carragher, would be a sensational signing. However, with Wolves reportedly demanding over £50 million to let him go, Arsenal may struggle to get this deal done before the window shuts next week. Youri Tielemans' asking price is about to drop, could make late move to Arsenal possible. Leicester City's Youri Tielemans' future is expected to be decided this week, with Arsenal likely to make a decision on whether to bid for the midfielder shortly. A report from Belgian media outlet Hade Nieuwsblad has provided an update on Tielemans' situation. Tielemans is set to leave Leicester on a free transfer next summer, and are in a tough spot when negotiating a deal for the Belgian. Arsenal are big fans of the midfielder, but have yet to make an offer for Tielemans. The midfielder's desire to join the club means there has been no rush to bid more than they would like to, but if his asking price is set to drop, this could be the catalyst for a move happening. There is a potential spanner in the works for Arsenal if they do want to pursue Tielemans. Journalist Ben Jacobs believes that Liverpool might make a late move to sign the 26-year-old given the injury crisis the club is currently facing. Fabrizio Romano has previously stated that Arsenal is Tielemans' preferred destination. However, the new report from Het Nieuwsblad believes Tielemans is focused on England's top 5 clubs, which would include Liverpool. Previously described as a special player, Tielemans could offer something different in midfield to Granit Xhaka or Thomas Partey. Tielemans is a more attacking option than Xhaka or Partey and a better progressive passer of the ball. However, the balance of Arsenal current midfielders alongside the new club captain Martin Odegaard is working very well so far. Tielemans may have to adapt his game to be more defensively solid to step into the Arsenal side, and this is a concern Arteta has already had. Arsenal could look to Lyon star as a plan B if Youri Tielemans' deal fails. Arsenal could seek a move for Lyon star Lucas Paqueta if they cannot land primary target Youri Tielemans on a cut price deal from Leicester City this summer, according to reports. Tielemans has started for Leicester ever since his move from Monaco back in January 2019 was made permanent just 6 months later. With a series of strong performances, Tielemans has become one of the better midfielders in the league, with his cultured performances and the ability to make a difference in a matter of seconds. Arsenal are a club that have been linked with a move for the Belgian alongside Liverpool and Man United, with the Gunners thought to have the most interest in securing his signature. But if they cannot seal a deal for the former Anderlecht youngster, they could turn to Paqueta as they aim to reinforce signings in the center of the park, according to The Sun. Paqueta shone alongside former Gunners target Hossam Aouar and the Newcastle hero Bruno Guimaraes in southeast France, although has yet to see a move materialize from the Groupama Stadium. With Arsenal being the only side to win their first 3 games in the Premier League, their Champions League dream under Mikel Arteta seems very real. Arsenal would rather sign a remarkable winger than Wilfried Zaha this summer. Arsenal are weighing up a swoop for a new winger before the transfer window closes, with Yermi Pino and Wilfried Zaha among the options. Speaking to Give Me Sport, journalist Dean Jones said that the Villarreal wideman is higher up the pecking order than Zaha. Zaha was of course a major target during the reign of Unai Emery, but the Spaniard decided to go for Nicolas Pepe instead, and Arsenal are now trying to loan Pepe out to Nice in order to make space for a new winger, who could be Zaha, but only if other priority targets do not come. Jones said he's looking in hot form, and if an offer doesn't land in the next week from someone, then I will be surprised. He's not the main man Arsenal are thinking about at this stage. As far as I know, Yermi Pino is more appealing, but this one could become interesting. Earlier this year, Squawka published a scouting report on Pino, writing that Yermi's finishing is remarkable. He has a natural ability to get himself into goal-scoring positions through his movement and well-timed runs, and once he's there, his composure belies his age. They also said Pino was among the most prolific dribblers within Villarreal's squad, and he brings great value to Emery's squad with that attribute and his blistering pace. He is crucial in the transition, and that is why the former Arsenal coach has opted for Pino in games where the counter-attack has been crucial. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.